Sad to see Atrioc forgot the game, which promised the Zoomers a game that would compete with Minecraft, Cubeworld. Yo, this brings me back. So when I had just graduated, right? This is probably 2013. In 2013, I had just graduated. I drove, because I got in a big fight with my dad, and I drove from Colorado to California to try and make it in esports. And for that 6 to 8 months before I got the job at Twitch, you know, I was real struggling. I was struggle bus for sure, trying to scrape together money. And I had gotten this possible internship at WB Games, Warner Brothers Games. The guy who ran the department, I had reached out to him, and I had just really what's a nice way of saying sucking up to him? Like, I looked up everything he ever worked on. I found old interviews of him, and I was like, dude, I love your stuff. He worked on some Back to the Future game for WB. I downloaded and played that, and I was like, dude, I actually love that game. Which is sort of a lie, but I played it at least. I think I was just a real charmer. I think I crushed it in the interview. All right? And this is the phone interview. And so he's like, you know what? Come on in. He brings me in. He's like, dude, we don't have any open internships, but I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you out. I want to see you get a job in this industry. I know some people. Let me make some introductions. And I was like, really? Oh, shit, Poggy. Really? You're going to introduce people for me? This guy was connected up and down. He's like, all right, here's the plan. I'm having a meeting with a bunch of people from Riot Games. And I'm going to take them on a tour of Universal Studios. And this is like early Riot. This is like Riot when they're really blowing up. 2013. League is just doing major numbers. I would love to work on Riot. He's like, you can come. I'm going to invite you as a friend. I'm like, dude, I barely know you. That's amazing. I really must have done a number on him. I'm going to invite you. You can join us on the crew. Cringe alert. I want everyone to know the following story has a cringe alert. Again, I'm just graduated. I don't know anything yet. I'm stupid. I also, if you guys know my other story, have recently given up trying to be a pro player in League of Legends. I want to work in esports, but I had just been a player. It wasn't like I was just like I know League of Legends guy. I was a big fan of League of Legends. I was like a hyper fan. I was a guy who would put thousands of hours in. Okay? It's cringe. It's so cringe. So we show up. We show up for this tour, and all of the rioters show up, and they're wearing nice business casual clothes for what this is. Like a meeting of adults. And 22-year-old Atrioc, 21-year-old Atrioc, I'm going to show you what I was wearing. And I thought this would impress him. I am wearing this 2013 Worlds jacket. I think it was this one. Over like a fucking League of Legends shirt. Because I had gone to Worlds and bought the merch. So I'm wearing like a super fan jacket. And I'm also by far the youngest person there. I don't know. I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. But I show up and like, this, when I see what they're wearing, I'm like a little uncomfortable. And then like they pointed out, the guy that's trying to help me out, the WB guy, he's like, look, he even got a Riot jacket. He's even got a Worlds jacket. Must be a huge fan. And they were like, oh, yeah, cool. I'm coming off not as someone who should work there, but as someone who's just like a fucking guy who plays a lot of League, like a loser. Like I'm not coming off like this is like a fucking good employee you should pick up. I'm coming off like a fucking super gamer. All right. We go through. It's fine. You know, I have pleasant small talk with him. I'm not like super anxious in group. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm not going to talk. I talk to them. It's fine. It's going pretty well. You know, over the course of the day, I try to like put the jacket off, but underneath the jacket, I have like a fucking Pantheon shirt or some shit. I'm like wearing Riot merch head to toe like an idiot. One of the stupidest things I ever do. I got to see the set of Law and Order. That was pretty cool. It's like the city street they like film all the murders on. That was pretty cool. And so we're having a good time. We're all enjoying it. We're talking to each other. And then we get to the end and we have to go to dinner. And then he's like, oh, I know this nice place right off the lot. It's where some of the studio execs go or whatever. And he's like, let's all go. All right. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like assuming in my mind he's going to pay. I don't know why. I assume that. But I'm assuming in my mind, this guy's probably going to pay. And bear in mind, I am fucking broke. The reason I need this internship is because I moved to California with no money to try and make a job in esports, where at the time has no money. Weekly, I was doing work for Machinima, if you guys remember them. I was doing like league patch notes videos for Machinima, and I was doing offhand work for Team Liquid. I was doing these odd job work for like $100 here, $50 there. And every time I would get my paycheck, I would like buy Carl's Jr. to treat myself. I'm surprised I didn't get super fucking fat, but that was the only thing I would eat was like one Carl's Jr. burger when I got paid. All right, so I was hustling. I was really hustling. Anyway, we go to this dinner, and the WB guy's like, "Oh yeah, this place is great. I mean, it's nice." And let me tell you, it was nice, but it was pricey. It was pricey, dude. And so everybody's ordering like all this shit. I think he's gonna pay, but so I order like a big pasta, like a pasta rigatoni, and a drink. You know, I don't know. I want to fit. I don't want to order like the fucking bread and water. I don't want to. I already come off like a kid with my Riot gear, so I order a meal that comes out to like, I don't know, probably $36 or something. Put a pin in that because there's one more part of the dinner I gotta talk to. That comes at the end. But either way, I'm at the beginning of the dinner. I order my food. I think he's gonna pay. There's no problem. Then the middle of the dinner comes, and again, I've been sort of winning these guys over. I think I've been quite, I think I'm pretty good in situations like this. I'm not super awkward. I think I do stupid things. I'm very stupid, but I'm not awkward. So I'm starting to win them over. I've made them laugh a little bit. I clearly am passionate about the game. Maybe to a fault, but clearly. And then they start talking about, this is 2013, Elon Musk. They start talking about Elon Musk and all the things he's doing. And Elon Musk in 2013, I think he's more of a meme now, but I mean, he still has super fans, right? He's got a lot. There's people that really fucking respect and love Elon Musk. Everyone at the table is like talking about, the shit he's doing with SpaceX and Tesla and they're talking about it. And I realize, if I just realized that wouldn't be a problem, but I open my mouth and ask, who's Elon Musk? By the way, the entire day I've shown that I know every fucking detail about Fizz and Pantheon and Katarina. I know every league champion by heart. I know league in and out. And then they're talking about current events and world stuff and not even like deep lore of Elon Musk, just like stuff in the news about Elon Musk. And I go, yeah, totally. Who's Elon Musk? And like, that shouldn't be such a crime. So you got to learn about Elon Musk eventually for your first time. But I megaloled him because I didn't know who he was. I honestly didn't know. I was a esports addict. And let me tell you, when I asked that was worse than apparently wearing head-to-toe Riot gear. That turned the whole fucking mood against me. Once I megaloled Elon Musk, it was like there was no chance. I don't know what it was, but I just felt like I was out of it. The tide of the table turned against me. The second I megaloled Elon Musk, it was, they like explained it, but like it was like a little icy. Fine, I can accept that. All right, I didn't get the fucking job at Riot. Whatever. I had a good day at Universal Studios. Fine. I didn't get it. Then I realized the waiter's coming around and giving everyone their bill. And it's individual checks. Interesting. And I realized quickly in my mind, with a little bit of calculation, I don't have $36. I just don't have it. I have probably $8 to $12 in my bank account. I don't have $36. And I have embarrassed myself enough today. I am not going to turn over to the WB guy who brought me here and ask him for $18. I'm not going to do it. So now I'm in a bit of a pickle and I'm sweating through my Riot jacket. So what I do is I go to the bathroom. I say, I got to go to the bathroom. I get up, I go to the restroom. I pull out my cell phone, which is also like at 8% battery life because, again, I haven't planned. And I call my mommy. I call my mommy back in California and I beg. I say, Mom, this is urgent. I would not call you for any other reason. I need you to put $20 in my bank account. I need you to transfer $20 to my bank account right now. Mom, please. I will let you know later. It has to be immediate.
Little do you
I
know
love my
how
mom.
I'm breaking
I
down
love
to
my
fall
mom.
asleep. Little do you know.
We stan a mom that covers debts around here. She did that. She didn't even ask questions. I mean, she probably thought from my tone that I was like kidnapped and the ransom was $20 because I was so dead serious. I was so nervous and like, this needs to be quick. I was like, Mom, no questions. I need $20 to this. The transfer still takes some time. Like the transfer is not instant. And I can't be in the bathroom for 30 minutes while everyone's paying the bill. So like I finish the call, I go out there and I just put my check on the thing. And I remember I was just so fucking omega cringe nervous that the waiter would come back and be like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, that this didn't work. And I would have to like fucking, I was just like, I couldn't even focus on the conversation. Please work, please work, please work. And it did. I got out of there. And I remember, so I got one guy's business card from Riot. And after that day, I was like, all right, I was a little bit cringe, but that guy had a good rapport. And I write up this whole email, right? This whole big email to this guy. Like, hey, was great talking with you. Haha. I looked into some of Elon Musk stuff. Man, that guy is pretty cool. I don't know. It was like a whole fucking email. And I sent it to him. And then like 3 days later, he responded. And it was like, who is this? Or something. It was like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm not sure I remember. He hit me with the Elon Musk, dude. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Yes, there was a purpose to this story. The reason I brought this up is I totally forgot there was a purpose to this story. I told you like one of the saddest points of my journey to get you to Cubeworld. The guy from WB calls me after our tour of Universal, and he's like, yo, so, I mean, I get the vibe that didn't go super well. He was trying to help me out. Like, he was trying to get me a job at Riot. Like, he wanted to help me out. And he was like, yo, well, tell you what, come on in. Come on in. I want to talk to you again. Because, like, he really liked me. This guy really liked me. If I did one thing right, it was, like, get on this guy's good side and, like, convince him that I was a hustler trying to make it in the gaming industry. I'm at his desk, and he's got his second in command there. Like, literally, it's like a Dwight kind of guy. He looks like a Dwight. He is a Dwight, and he's sitting in, like, a little office chair to the side of his desk. Like a Dwight. And he's talking to me. He's like, yo, you know what? Yeah, I've been thinking about it. And, the Riot thing didn't work out. And I know I said we don't have any open internships. But, you know what? Do you want to intern here? Do you want to be an intern here? Do you want to be an intern here? Do you want to work here? We can make something happen. And I'm thinking, oh, fucking hell yes. Yo, thank you, G. And then Dwight pipes up. This assistant. And he goes, wow. Well, we gotta check the budget. Let's talk. I mean, let's talk. Hey, we like you, Brandon, but let's talk. I mean, we don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? Get this guy out of here. I'm like trying to get Dwight out of the room so I can just talk to this guy and lock it in. Because once he commits, he's the boss. We'll get it over with. And then the boss is like, no, I think he'll be a great fit here. Let's make it happen. And then Dwight's like, hey, Can I pick your brain real quick outside this room? And so he pulls the boss out of the room. Like, I'm the only one left in the office. And then Dwight's like, hey, stay here, Brandon. Actually, why don't you test out one of our new games, huh? Because this might take a little bit. Why don't you test out one of our new games? And he brings out Cubeworld. He brings out a laptop with Cubeworld. And he's like, this game's going to be a hit. And I'm like, first of all, fuck you, Dwight. I'm not... And I just sort of sit there. I'm like, all right, I'm on my phone a little bit. Then like 10 minutes go by. So I'm like, all right, I'll try Cubeworld so I have something to say. So now I start playing a little Cubeworld. And then, first of all, Cubeworld is terrible. It's bad. I can tell right away this game is bad. And then time keeps going by. So I play, I'm not kidding, like 45 minutes to an hour of Cubeworld alone in this guy's office. And then they come back and the mood has changed. Clearly, Dwight has talked him out of offering me the internship. So he comes back and now he's asking me like, oh, what'd you think of Cubeworld? And he's trying to get me to only talk about Cubeworld. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Cubeworld was great. What about the internship though? And he's like, well, what do you think about the weapons in Cubeworld? And I can tell like the boss he doesn't have the same enthusiasm anymore. He's like kind of bummed, but like they just don't have the budget, I guess. Or they don't have like, it's like a legal thing. He told me about this later. I mean, we still talk for a little bit. He's super nice. And he actually helped me out. So I leave and I remember like feeling super down. I remember like that was probably one of my worst days in California when I moved. It was after I left that office because I felt like, damn, this is just not working. I'm going to have to go back home to Colorado. Because like the Riot thing didn't work. And then I was so close on that and it didn't work. And I just played an hour of Cubeworld, which was like just a terrible way to spend your time. Then the next day, that boss told me, hey, here's an email of somebody you should look up. That the boss of WB, he's like, hey, you should check this guy out. Give him a ring. I don't really know him that well, but I met him at a convention. And the guy he told me to email was Ben Fishsticks Goldhaber of Twitch, who ended up being my future boss. And if you want to know that Twitch story, you can find it on YouTube. I told my Twitch story. The whole story of Twitch it's a whole separate interesting story, I think, full with a lot of up and downs. That guy gave me a lot of chance, and he didn't give me the internship, but he gave me that email. And again, it was just an email of somebody he barely knew. It took a lot from there. That email planted the seed, and so I always thank that guy. He changed my life for sure. He took a chance on me.